and gentlemen, and happy holidays to all of you. It's about that time, isn't it? Yeah, it's that time of year to give a solid kick in the ass to the worst music I had heard all year. There are a lot of songs that make me cringe as a listener, but these are the 10 that I just couldn't blot out like all the rest. So, keep a hold of your Christmas stocking a little while longer. We're counting down! My top 10 worst songs of 2015. Number 10. If there are musicians I can't ignore, they're the ones who gave me a sense of nostalgia. Musicians who have been with me since my childhood. Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, even the well-hated Nickelback. If they're part of my early childhood, there's a very good chance I'm going to notice when they do something good. I'm also going to notice when they do something I don't like. Yes, Breaking Benjamin. This song was put in a top 20 list of best metal songs released this year, and I can understand why. It's a classic Breaking Benjamin sound, which wasn't very wide to begin with. Hence why it's number 10, but Failure just sounds like an older Breaking Benjamin song.
Something's getting in the way, something's just about to break. I will try to find my place in the diary of Jane.
This is one of my favorite songs from my childhood. And I'm not saying that they ripped it off. Intentionally, anyways. I get what they were trying to do. When musicians want to keep going, they will take a riff from something they've already made, and they will build a new song around it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a such thing as taking too much. Not to mention, we're still talking about Breaking Benjamin. They've always stuck it in the same key, the same chords, and the same kind of distortion. They were bound to copy themselves eventually, even if they didn't mean to. I'm forgiving to that because I understand, but I really couldn't do this song. It hits too close to home. Number 9. Okay, let's talk about this weird thing called school jams.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that's not fair.
These were songs that kids were meant to relate to about how rough school is. Now that I think about it, we need those now more than we did before. But yeah, I've heard more than a few when I was growing up. We had one by Green Day, Bowling for Soup had one. There was a song that went viral this year, actually. And those were good. I remember liking the first two for a short time while I was in school, and I really liked the last one. I have a lot of bands that I would have expected to do this kind of thing, but I really didn't expect Falling in Reverse.
Walk around with headphones in, a hoodie on.
You know, I'm only just getting into their music, so yes, I know what I said about them in my allegations video, but that doesn't mean I'm going to like every song on the new album. The vast majority of Just Like You is just fucking awesome. I'm only peevish with one song, and this is the only one that I cringe at, which, considering Fashionably Late, is a very big improvement. The weird thing about this song, though, is that I don't have much of a reason to not like it. I just didn't like this song when it came on. And I nitpick at music a lot, so to say that I just don't like a song is very rare to me. But it's not for the usual reasons that I would hate a Falling in Reverse song. The music is fine, and Ronnie's singing is at its best, so I really don't know why this song rubs me the wrong way. And I don't think I can say anything else about this one.
Get me out, just get me out.
Number 8. Really, Manson? I have to bring up the same point with you as I did Breaking Benjamin. Really? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I knew this was coming for a while. Manson's been dropping clues since the high end of Low. Yeah, this shitty album started dropping clues. I have a lot of respect for Manson, but when he came back to music, some of his songs began innovating off of previous songs. This one takes the bass line from I Put a Spell on You and applies it to a cringeworthy tune. It'd be one thing if it just applied to an easily forgettable song from a much-needed-to-forget album, but he returns to the same tactic again in Born Villain. This takes the chord progression of Tourniquet and creates a new melody and tempo to reinvent it. Not gonna lie, this is one of my favorites off of this album. And Manson did succeed with reinventing an old tune, so I didn't give it crap. And here we are, exactly what I talked about with Breaking Benjamin. A song that tries to reinvent off of an old tune that just takes too much from the original song. This isn't just true for Manson, it's also true for Breaking Benjamin. It's very daring to take a piece of a well-known song because you risk your fans picking apart your work and becoming uninterested. This song is so much like The Dope Show that I couldn't even listen to it for its lyrical content. That's bad. Number 7. I started Music You Should Hear to advertise the unknown artist I felt deserved more attention. And while experimenting with what would work, I've dipped into my inner nitpicker more than once. I hate giving this to a group that I've advertised. I especially hate giving it to something that I barely count as a song, but... oh, this song. This is a thing! I really hate this song, despite what it was meant to be. It's nice to pay homage to something you love and even try to take up its style, but it's very difficult to do that with a game like Get Wrecked because, like this song, it's extremely random. I appreciate the attempt, guys. It's a nice try, but it fails for me because your song doesn't compose what the game does. Pure, simple fun. Enough said. Number 6. I never cared about Meghan Trainor. Her first 2 singles were easily ignorable. But, yeah, this song does it for me.
Yes, and I must.
Get why I don't like this? There's a firm line between having standards and being a controlling bitch, okay? Just listen to this!
After every fight, just apologize.
What if you were wrong?
Even if I was wrong, you know I'm never wrong.
You've been wrong a few times, Megan. Particularly with stereotyping skinny girls, as well as for trying to force a guy to be your boyfriend.
Don't have a dirty mind, just be a classy guy and buy me a ring. Buy me a ring.
In this day and age, very few guys don't come with a dirty mind, even if they come with some class. There's one. Also, a guy granting you a ring because you want it, he's not giving you something like a treat or because he loves you. He's spoiling you. There's 2. And finally, you telling the guy how to be does not mean that you love him for who he is. You love him for the Prince Charming you are trying to mold him into. Can we end this, please?
Your husband better love me right.
Number 5. This mainly got on the list because of how much it was overplayed, but fuck do I hate this.
You watch me beat it till I can't breathe.
Hello, Shawn Mendes. I am really tired of the acoustic guitar protected by the backbeat, but I'm even more tired of the cliches.
Got a feeling that I'm going under.
Evanescence do these cliches more justice. Maybe because Amy Lee remembers to emote while Shawn Mendes tries to belt to a beat that barely supports his weak-ass voice. Next.
Kisses, I'll be needing stitches.
Number 4. When this song became news to the internet, online critics began tearing it apart and aiming their guns at the artist. And the sad part is, we wouldn't have known about this Beyoncé single if it wasn't for Kanye West.
Hold up, now my foot up, I'm spinning, my foot up.
I really would have ignored this song if it didn't become popular and started getting overplayed. I actually don't hate Beyoncé, but this song is just confusing. Like, Get Wrecked is more straightforward. I've had people tell me it's a dance track, but it's so monotonous and bland that I can't buy it. Not to mention the moves don't even sound humanly possible. Number 3. I don't care for Britney's singing any more than I care for Iggy's rapping. I really don't. I say that because neither of those things are the reason they're on the list. The lyrics are terrible. The composition is just awful. And it's even worse because it makes the two of them sound obnoxious. Very few things in music can make me cringe more than that. Number 2. This song was unavoidable. At least in America. If I went somewhere without earbuds, I was stuck listening to another cringeworthy aspect of music that hits the pop charts. A monotonous new dance song that somehow becomes popular.
Now watch me whip, kill it. Now watch me nay nay. Okay.
Emphasis on monotonous. This happens every time, I swear. Some musician tries to make a new hip dance to a dull tune with dull vocals to back it, people get addicted to it, and it spreads everywhere. Then people forget about it. It's a tedious thing because once an old dance is out, a new one comes in to replace it. Can we hurry up with the replacement to this one, please?
Watch me. Oh, okay. Oh, crazy.
And before the number 1, some honorable mentions from last year. Living Proof Taylor Swift is a Fall Out Boy fan. It just feels like she's putting on interesting lyrics to Centuries. Guys, did you forget that this intro was already used? Particularly with one of your lead singles?
You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Back when I first heard this, I thought I wouldn't hear anything more terrible. But with Silento, I can at the very least say that Jason Derulo is emoting something.
Even when I fall down to my knees, I'll never say a prayer else.
No matter how much I like this song, and I do, I can't excuse it for being a Hail to the King rewrite. I just can't. Yeah, that's all I got. Back to the list. Number 1. The number 1 spot on my best list will always go to the song that impresses me the most at the end of the year. In regards to the worst list, that means that the number 1 song at the end of the year will go to the thing that pisses me off the most. And this song is so cringeworthy, so rage-inducing, I nearly puked.
Ow, hard breaking as fast as they can.
Hello, Monica. Where do I begin with this fucker? I mean, really, the title already made this offensive enough. You're choosing to be lesbian? Jeez, that sounds like something a homophobic family would say before kicking out a gay relative. This song reinforces the heteropatriarchal idea that your sexuality is a choice. That on its own is bad enough. She only makes it worse by referencing Katy Perry. Not kidding, this song specifically references I Kissed a Girl, which wouldn't be a bad thing, really. I wouldn't normally give it some care, if not for the fact I Kissed a Girl is not about choosing to be a lesbian because some guy dicked her over. The song is about Katy thinking she may like the V as much as she likes the D. There's a such thing as experimenting with your sexuality. There's no such thing as choosing it.
It's like, man, all they ever do is pretend that they love you, but they just fucking with your mind.
Oh, did I forget the sexism in this song? I'm sorry, guys. I know you must hate this. This isn't the first time guys are generalized to be pricks. It certainly isn't going to be the last. But to say that as an excuse to choose to be gay, even guys who believe your sexuality is a choice should be insulted by the statement. And to think it can't get any worse than that. Tyga, the guest artist on this song, decides to do a bit of rapping, trying to convince Monica to stay straight. And how does he plan to do it?
Fuck you like a rabbit, yeah, the ring 10 carats, boo.
Yes, a good lay. That should keep her straight. I believe society refers to that as honor rape. This song cannot get any worse than it is already, like, ugh. Can I be done, you think? Can I just be done with this piece of shit?
Yeah, that's good enough. We can be done.
Oh, fuck. Thank you, like...
It's okay. It's okay.
Honestly, if you weren't here, I don't think I would have gotten through the last one.
You wouldn't get through it without my charming style.
Alright guys, there you have it. Monica's I Might Go Lesbian. A fitting pick for my worst song of the year. Don't agree? It's my list.
Too fucking bad! Merry Christmas!
Yes. I'm Kumarai Fang, and...
Oh, I wasn't supposed to drink it. Fuck it! It's Christmas! I don't care!
have a happy new year, guys.